Okay, folks, on the one play that we were not able to bring to you due to this overly long game, fantastic game as it is, we had a quarterback keeper, Snyder, tackled by Jeff Butler, the defensive captain for the Eagles, for no gain. We'll bring up 2nd down and 10, but we are down to 2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in this ball game. And the Eagles' task, unless there is a big error here by the Bucs, is really insurmountable at this point. Snyder goes to low, and he is dropped again. Excellent play that time by Eric Stead. Good penetration. So it'll be 3rd down, but again, I'm afraid it might be too little too late for the Norristown Eagles.
Yeah, and the Bucs won't take chances with anything fancy. They'll plunge right into the line as they've done the last couple of times, and just run it out on 4 downs. By that time, the Eagles will be down to about 30 seconds.
Well, the Eagles are saving their last time out, it looks like, for this next play. If they can stop the Bucs here, they'll call timeout before 4th down, but we've got 1:18 to play here. They go on the pitch. Low around the outside. And folks, that's going to be close to a 1st down. It's finally wrapped up at about the 10-yard line. And I think we're going to have a stoppage for a measurement. We'll see where they spot this ball. Yep, no measurement. It's going to be a 1st down, and that's the ball game. 1st down and goal to go just inside the 10-yard line with 1:03 to play. And unfortunately, the Norristown Eagles are going to come up short in a fabulous, fabulous football game.
Well, Jeff, Mike Pettin has a little bit of Notre Dame's Lou Holtz in him, always speaking doom and saying they're better than we are. I'm sure he's going to pick out a lot of negatives from this game tonight for his team. There's a lot of points to give up, and Norristown certainly chewed up the CV West defense for over a half.
And there's a delay of game penalty, and that'll bring the clock down to 34 seconds. The Bucs certainly don't care about punching the ball into the end zone another time. In fact, I would think they'd be unwise to do so because they will play Norristown next year. Well, give credit where credit is due. The Bucs have played a fabulous game offensively. Norristown has not been able to figure out how to stop Bill Lowe, and he has really eaten the Eagles alive tonight.
Well, you'll see the Bucs come out and win a 13-6 game, and then they get a powerhouse offensive team like Norristown's shown that they are tonight. They'll just outscore them, and it really shows you how versatile a team that they are.
And this should be the last play from scrimmage. There may be one more after this. Snyder puts the knee down very quickly, and we'll see if the Eagles bother with their last timeout. They will not, it looks like, and the clock will tick down, 20 seconds. The Bucs eagerly watching and awaiting the final ticks of the clock. And the Eagles do call timeout. It looks like Jeff Butler is asking Roger Grove whether we do this or not, and Roger's saying no, let the clock expire. No point in prolonging the inevitable. And we're down to 5 ticks on the clock. And the Bucs of Central Bucs West, in a fantastic high school football game, have defeated the Eagles of Norristown 34-24. Walt and I will be back in just a moment to recap what has been a just a fabulous 48 minutes of high school football. We'll be back in just a moment. Take your time. Well, folks, it was quite a ball game. 34-24. The Bucs of Central Bucs West just outlasted a real solid Norristown team. This was a great football game.
Norristown was very impressive, especially for the first game, and knowing how tough a team they were playing, the toughest team they'll see all year by far. I'm sure a trained coaching eye is going to take some things away that Norristown could improve on. I didn't see much. I really don't think there's anybody who's going to play much better than Norristown did tonight.
Let's talk a little bit about individual performances. First, Phil Galliano, his first game as varsity quarterback. What's your assessment? How did Phil play tonight?
Galliano looked great. The way the offense is designed around him to run the ball, give him the option of doing what he wants to do with it. Norristown ran well out of the eye. The option ran well. I think if they're going to use Galliano for any passing duties, they're going to have to roll him out some. Obviously, he's not comfortable in the pocket, and the Norristown blockers aren't comfortable making a pocket. True, great team tonight, but something that they'll have to improve on maybe. But Galliano just looked tremendous, and I think the first game showing so much poise, very impressive.
Speaking of tremendous, how about Damon Carroll's performance tonight?
Well, again, no one knew exactly what they were getting from the running backs. They knew that they had some smaller running backs, very fast running backs. Damon Carroll certainly came to the fore as the main running back for Norristown, and as you mentioned early in the game, carry on the tradition of great Norristown running backs.
Carroll really showed a lot of speed to the outside, turning the corner several times for big gainers. Not only did he start the game off with a bang with a 50-yard run back on the opening kickoff, but he also busted a couple of 50-yarders from the line of scrimmage. Carroll certainly had what I would guess to be approaching 200 yards in total yardage tonight and 3 touchdowns for Norristown. Just a fabulous game. On the other side of the ball, individual performances, the only guy's name I think you really need to mention is Bill Lowe. You don't see many guys in high school football roll up the kind of game that he had tonight.
No, last year the only person who came close was Jeff Yakel of North Penn, but Lowe just dominant. You have to give the credit to his linemen. As we said, he just ran in pockets and ran in holes, but Bill Lowe just does not miss a hole and gets every inch he should get on each run.
I think that you're absolutely right when you say the line, the offensive line for the Bucks really gets a lot of the credit this evening. The Eagle defense, no matter what they did, could not stop Bill Lowe. 5 touchdowns, well over 200 yards rushing, and no matter what Norristown did, they couldn't stop the straight draw up the middle.
Well, what's impressive is CV West doesn't do anything fancy. When you can just come out straight block and open holes the way they were doing against an improved line this year for Norristown and good linebackers to fill the gaps, that's just doubly impressive. They don't try anything cute. They don't even try to spread it out with a passing game. They come right at you, and they have the best talent.
Well, I'll tell you, Norristown fans need to take a little heart from tonight's ball game. We really were playing a fabulous team out here at Roosevelt Field. I think the Eagles have a great shot at having a fabulous season. I like the way the Eagles look tonight.
Well, we have yet to see probably the 2 teams chasing CV West and Norristown, and that's Pennsbury and Council Rock. But I would have to agree with you, Jeff. The way Norristown played with CV West tonight, showing that they can score points and a couple of big stops. You have to look at that. When they needed some big stops, they did get them. So I don't see anybody who's really going to come close to Norristown aside from CV West.
Folks, let's run down the scoring for you very quickly. There's a lot of it, so sit back and relax here.
2 names.
That's
2
right.
names, a lot of scores.
Carroll and Lowe. The Eagles actually got on the board first. They took the opening kickoff, a 50-yard run back by Damon Carroll. The Eagles did stall, though, inside the 15-yard line, but Steve Davis was able to put up a 25-yard field goal to put the Eagles up on top 3-0 about midway through the first quarter. And then the first touchdown, the first of 5 for Bill Lowe. At 3:32 remaining in the first quarter, Lowe was able to punch it in from 12 yards out. Then the Eagles struck right back. Carroll on a 5-yard touchdown at 10:43 of the second quarter put Norristown up 10-7. And Carroll again, this time with a 50-yard run at 3:59 of the second quarter, puts the Eagles on top by 10, their biggest lead of the ball game. Unfortunately, that evaporated rather quickly when Mr. Lowe went to work, still with time remaining in the second quarter.
Well, I think what's so impressive about both running backs is that they're good down near the goal line, as you see the 5-yard touchdowns, and they can break at any time. Lowe was just tremendous, and he can do it anywhere on the field.
Lowe scored at 2:13 remaining in the first half to make it 17-14 on a 12-yard run. He then scored at 7:54 remaining in the third quarter on a 9-yard touchdown run. And then at 6:41 remaining after an Eagle turnover, they're really the only big blunder in the ball game was that high snap and the fumbled ball on the punt deep in Norristown territory, and Lowe was able to convert it on the first play from scrimmage. That put the Bucks up 27-17. The Eagles, though, real good job, a 55-yard run by Damon Carroll for a touchdown with 1:43 to go in the third quarter, and after the previous touchdown by the Bucks, who had a missed extra point, the Eagles were only down by 3 points, so within a field goal, but the victory was really sealed at 7:56 remaining in the ball game when Lowe took it in from 6 yards, 34-24, and that was our final score. But folks, I'll tell you, all in all, a fabulous game.
Well, I think it's a premonition of what you're going to see from Norristown this year. That last touchdown, Galliano was stopped up in the line and pitched back to Carroll, who went around the end for 55 yards. That showed that Norristown really was there to stay. CV West was not going to run him out of this game. They were going to hang right in there. They do that against any other team, they're going to win the ball game.
Folks, speaking of seeing some great things this year, there are 3 more Norristown home games. The next one, October 1st. We hope you'll come out to Roosevelt Field and cheer on the team. I mean, it was a super crowd out here tonight. A lot of folks came down from Doylestown, and a real good hometown crowd on a perfect night for football. Couldn't have been better playing conditions. It was a lot of fun to do this game. We hope you enjoyed it. We want to thank the Norristown Area School District for bringing you this ball game. Of course, Tony Koya, our director and producer, does a fabulous job as always. He's got his summer tan working. He's the guy who should be on camera with those great looks. We want to thank his assistants Paul Bronson and Regina I for their good camera work this evening. And again, for Walt Fry, I'm Jeff Brandon. We hope you'll join us next time on the Norristown High School Cable Access Channel.